Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. So my friends, I want to do an update here on Tramp Media and Technology Group stock. The ticker is DJT, a very well-known meme stock, guys. We had here already a couple of squeezes. One of those squeezes I predicted that here in September 2024. Since then, the volatility is coming lower, guys, but there is a reason why you don't see any big squeezes in between. Don't get me wrong, this is a volatile stock. So when we see here the April shakeout move, then we also had here a squeeze of 81%. But in my opinion, guys, this is nothing special. I will give you here all the price levels based on the chart to the up and downside. And this is, of course, not financial advice. Yo, guys, when we start with the indicators first, we are here in the daily chart for DJT. And what we can clearly see that the black EMA line, which we have here, guys, the black EMA line is rejecting the price, but is at the same time a price goal for the algos to retouch this price range, which means for swing traders right now, based on the actual price, $16.99, there is a swing trade potential of around 30%, which is good. But of course, 30% is, boring for a stock like that. So the reason why I'm doing that video is that because I think we're coming now here very close to a price range where DJT could start to squeeze. What happened now since June is that DJT had a sell-off here. You can see that also the selling volume has increased here. So we see a clearly changing of the volume here, the overall volume in the chart. When you see here those candles, yes, we had some spikes, but overall that was more or less here the average line for the candles. And you can see that this has increased a little bit. Why is that? Because DJT diluted the stock. The float has been 97 million shares in the past. And since June, they started to dilute the stock. Now the float should be 153 million shares related to Fintel. And I focus on these numbers, guys. These numbers are real. There are some data lags sometimes, because of data delays, but otherwise you can rely on Fintel on that, guys. And you can see that since we had here this volume spike here by the end of May, when the dilution started, the price came down. But as I said, the black EMA line here is, of course, one natural resistance when we don't have extraordinary volume. That might be the resistance for DJT. The squeeze price goals are much, much higher. By the way, guys, if you want to use here these indicators, which you see in my videos, they are available in the video description. This is, for example, the EMA line indicator. So when we now focus here on the open gaps before I show you the drawings, then we can see that DJT in the daily chart has two open up gaps, one at $17.50, which is Mickey Mouse. But here is one very interesting open gap at $39.57 here, which the gap indicator is showing us. Why is this so interesting, guys? When we zoom out, and see what DJT did in the past, I show you that here, guys, we have here a lot of open gaps which already have been filled. When you see here these green boxes in the chart, every green box was an old open up gap, and all these gaps have been filled. So the only two open up gaps which we have right now is this one here at $17.50 and $39.57, this gap here. So the chance that DJT squeeze back to this price range is very, very huge if they don't dilute the hell out of the stock. Of course, when they just continue to dilute, guys, and pump 200, 300, 400 million shares into the market, that would change the situation. But besides that, it is just a matter of which price before DJT might start to squeeze. And this is not financial advice, of course, based on the actual closing price. That would mean we have here a squeeze potential of 130%, guys. But the question is where to buy. Where is the potential algo demand zone for DJT? I will show you now here my drawings, guys. If you have not seen my previous videos on that stock, nothing changed. I never adjust or change my charts, guys. Of course, if a company is doing a stock split, I have to, but otherwise everything stays the same. And for DJT, in my opinion, if I'm not totally stupid, the algo demand zone is between $15.30 and $12.15. So don't forget, the market is squeezing right now. We have massive short squeezes in the market. I always post my short squeeze predictions on Patreon, which means I search the market for stocks which have high squeeze potential, post them on Patreon, and in the best case, guys, those tickers squeeze. We had here one big squeeze this week, one of our stocks here, which I posted in September, beginning of September, squeezed 309%. Yeah, we had a super nice breakout here from the Algo supply short squeeze trigger level, 309% squeeze here in one day, guys. That was a more than 270% move. And as I said, I predicted that squeeze to happen already here a couple of days before. My brand new hot stocks are out right now, guys. So if you want to see those short squeeze stocks, you can join us on Patreon. We have a very, very big community there and growing every day. If you want to join us, guys, and you join the full package membership, then you get access to all my content, including the breakout stocks, short squeeze predictions, trading tutorials, member FAQ section, and so on. And this is for beginners and advanced traders, since I have a lot of content available here, which helps you to improve your trading skills. The link patreon.com/blackbelttrader is also available in the video description. Yeah, and when we talk about indicators, I have a couple of indicators available. The most popular one is my Squeeze Calendar Pro. This is as the name says, a squeeze calendar or squeeze calculator. So you will see here red marked days where a potential squeeze can happen. And this is here the ticker WLDS. That was one of my hot stocks from May. We already traded a couple of squeezes there. And my RSI indicator spotted a bullish alert. The Squeeze Calendar Pro said that the 10th of September could be a potential squeeze day. And the gap indicator showed also the open gap at $7.92. Don't forget, we have here also this open gap for DJT. And then this ticker, guys, squeezed in one day 690% in total, closed the open gap and squeezed at the 10th of September, exactly what the Squeeze Calendar Pro predicted. There is never a guarantee, of course, guys, but I put a lot of effort and work in these indicators. So if you want to get those indicators, just click in the video description below and you will find the access. So my game plan, guys, for DJT, very simple. Yeah, very, very simple. You can see here already these arrows, and I will not change my strategy here for that. That is also the reason why I haven't done an update on DJT since a while, because I'm still waiting for that final dip, guys. Yeah, indicator wise, we have here something like a bullish trend on the daily RSI. So you can see that the RSI is building here some strength, but there is one simple rule, guys, no drama, no squeeze. I want to see the pain. I want to see a shakeout. And for DJT, that means that I want to see a price in this blue box here, guys. The Algo demand zone, which is usually the trigger when a stock squeeze. I use the same Algo demand zone here for my swing trade and short squeeze stocks on Patreon. This ticker also dipped in the zone and immediately started to squeeze 160%. And I think for DJT, it is the same. We have to dip here one more time. You can already see that here was one attempt. We had here already an attempt, $15.39, and then immediately here a squeeze reaction. But this is not a big short squeeze, guys. That was here 80%, which is great. But I want to see here the whole move, the total move, which will close the gap at $39.57. So guys, in a perfect trading world, we will come down in this box, and let's just assume we hit here the bottom of this box at $12.50. If we measure that here from the bottom to the top level here at the open gap, where the open gap is waiting, we have here a squeeze ratio of 217%. This, my friends, is just an algo squeeze, not a short squeeze. This is just a normal algo squeeze. We have here one very, I would not say resistance, but one very special price level for DJT, and this is $33.37, which means this can act like a squeeze trigger or like a strong resistance. You can see that here when we just focus on the last two moves for DJT. Here we had a huge breakout exactly here on that price level. You can see how this candle found support and started to squeeze, but then immediately a sell-off reaction. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 red candles below $33.37. Then again an attempt with a gap up, and again we gap down, guys, and you can see the support is there. So DJT could squeeze much higher, but keep that in mind. If this stock starts to squeeze, if the stock closed the gap at $39, you should think about taking profits, because it could get very volatile here in this price range. So I'm waiting here for the final dip. That's why I'm doing this video here for you guys. So which means that we need here an additional dip from at least 10%, or in best case, in the perfect trading world, even 26%, somewhere here in the zone. If you see a massive drop in the pre or after market, it can happen, guys. We have still an open gap at $10, and in the 4 hours chart, even a little bit lower $9.97. So keep that in mind. Yeah, this is why I'm always using here the gap indicator. It shows you the open gaps here in all time frames, which is very important to know because these open gaps are landmarks for the algos. Keep in mind, all open gaps, guys, have been filled for DJT. It will fill all the down gaps here marked by the orange boxes, and it will fill all the up gaps here marked by these green lines. So that's why I think DJT is a very nice short squeeze play if they don't dilute the hell out of the stock. My friends, that was my update for you. If you don't want to miss any updates, please hit the like and subscribe button right now. Do me a favor, guys, if you want to see more videos for DJT or any other short squeeze stocks, then push this video, bring it above 100 likes. That shows me that you want to see more of this content. Otherwise, I have no tool to measure if you want to see that or not. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. I wish you great success and see you in the next video. Arigato gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.